Considered to be by many the best fighter in the tournament. In against Cleveland Corder, interesting young man. Corder is out of Kona, Idaho. David Reid, up at 156 pounds, talked with us today about his hopes for 1996.
Well, I hope 96 brings me a great year. You know, starting out right like now, you know, gold medal at the U.S. Championship, and to move on at the Olympic trials, to get a berth at the Olympic trials and win a gold medal there, and to go to the box office and then go to the Olympics and win a gold medal.
All right, as you look at these two young light middleweights, both 22 and Corder's 23. Reid is an inch shorter, and he began his boxing career in '85, and as far as Corder's concerned, he started in '83, but then he went away for a while. Interesting young man, Corder, fighting out of the blue, has his own gym, has two brothers that are boxers, Lucas and Lee, and he's a private investigator. Interesting guy. And he is a fellow that Gene Fulmer, former middleweight champion of the world, is very much interested in. In fact, he's down here from West Jordan or Salt Lake City, Utah, to watch this kid fight.
I think it's going to be an interesting bout, Tom, and the reason I say that is because Corder has absolutely nothing to lose. Reid billed as one of the best boxers pound for pound in the whole movement, and Corder says, I have nothing to lose, so I'm going to go up there and deliver. And so it's going to be interesting. He's an aggressive type boxer. He comes at you. He's tough on the inside. Reid is a stylist.
But if Reid's going to throw those overhand looping right hands, Corder's going to lay one on him. He reacted very quickly to that rather wild punch by Reid.
Reid is going to have to move side to side, I believe. I don't think he's going to be able to stand toe-to-toe with Cleveland Corder.
Reid won the Olympic Fest in '93 and again in '95. He won the U.S. Nationals in '94. The guy that he beat up on mostly was a fellow you saw a moment ago, David Pillock. He was really Pillock's nemesis. Reid in the red. He's wearing a blue hat. Forget about that. He's fighting out of the red corner. Has the red gloves. Nice jab. Out of Philadelphia.
Corder has missed a lot, but that doesn't discourage him from throwing, Tom.
Oh, no. Well, he's going to be very tough to discourage. Reid is a very good boxer. And you can see a beautiful jab and a beautiful right hand behind it. In fact, the doubled a hook. He hit him low and then came right back up and caught him with the hook to the jaw and then threw the right hand behind it. Reid knows what he's doing out there, which is not to say that Corder, a very tough guy, can't hit him a punch and hurt him.
Well, Reid is coming at him now, and then Reid is going back. In fact, Reid's direction is frontwards and backwards when really it needs to be side to side. He needs to be countering against Corder right now, catching him off guard and scoring like that. Instead, he's choosing to face him head to head.
Well, you just watch these two, and Reid is such a good boxer that I don't think that he really thinks Corder can hurt him. I'm sure Corder can at 156 pounds. Young, talented kid. He can hurt you if he catches you just right. Anybody can, but Reid is really a very fine boxer. He will dance his way out of trouble, and he will hit you with the double hook and throws a right hand to the body every now and then. Comes back with a left and a right and backs up and catches Corder. Despite Corder's hard work, he can't get to Reid to hurt him.
And he went backwards at that time. If he had a swiftly step to the side, he could have caught Corder again. Reid says he's very comfortable at this weight class too, Tom. We asked him what it was like to move up from 147. He says he has more power. He feels very comfortable in it. He says, this is my weight class.
Well, he is giving Corder a boxing lesson. Make no mistake about it. Nice left-right combination. There's the end of round number one. Reid looked very impressive.
Settle down a little bit, okay? Settle down. Your jab is beaten. Relax. Stay behind your jab, okay?
Round two coming up in a moment gives us a chance to take a look at Reid and some of the action that the talented fighter comes up with in round one. Nice left again. Steps away and eyes corner.
Okay? Stay behind the jab.
That's a very good boxer, man.
That is
no mistake about it.
Stand and deliver approach by David Reid. Scored very nicely on those two occasions.
going to hold up start of round 2. They want Corder wiped off a little bit. No big problem. All set. Referee is Steve Belia.
Reid takes his instructions, Tom, by the Olympic coach, Al Mitchell. Reid, out of Philadelphia, has been working with Mitchell for several years. Mitchell just named this year as the head coach of the 1996 Olympic team.
This, I think, is about a 20-foot ring, man. And Belia couldn't get out of the way. And for a moment there, all 3 of these guys were involved. Belia trying to keep from giving Reid a caution about keeping his head up.
That was a warning, as a matter of fact. In the old system, they would deduct a point from Reid, but now they add 2 scoring blows onto the computer, this time in the favor of Cleveland.
Yeah. I think Corder's going to need all the help he can get. As willing and as tough as he is, why?
Corder reached this level of the competition by beating Roshy Wells, a very talented boxer, and also Bobby Lewis. So he can box, Tom. It's just that he's facing a very formidable opponent.
Oh yeah, Reid is a very good boxer. He would be a better boxer if, instead of backing up to elude punches thrown by Corder, he would just slip a punch, move his head a little bit one way or the other, and not back up, and he'd be in closer proximity to the man to cuff him with a couple of good shots as Corder came out of it.
Slip right, slip left, as opposed to
instead of backing. Very few fighters, the best of them, have a tough time fighting backing up. It just is very tough to do.
Again, Reid is a great boxer, but he's 22 years of age. And also he had a very difficult bout. I should say a difficult bout, although he won it 10-4 against Michael Nunnally in the semifinal competition of this tournament. Perhaps that took a little bit out of him before coming into the ring tonight.
You see he had nice scoring punches before Corder came in.
He works him well with the left hand and then puts the distance between the 2. Good combination. Reid working well with both the right and left hand.
Corder hit him with the left hand as Reid moved away.
Caught him moving backwards at that point in time.
Well, frankly, I think that Reid is letting Corder do too many things. I think Reid should be handling him better. Not that Corder isn't a tough youngster, and willing, certainly. But Reid should be a better boxer than Corder and be able to handle him a little easier.
Well, he's got more tools in his bag of tricks, if you can say it like that, Tom. And I'm going to have to concur with you. He's boxing a nice bout, but he's not boxing fully to the potential of David Reid.
But he's winning.
Already in the trials are Jeffrey Clark, the Armed Forces champion representing the Army, and Travis Sims, who won the Police Athletic League.
Step around.
David Reid being told by his coach, something I mentioned a moment ago, stop going straight back. For a guy with the boxing talents that Reid had, going straight back is just inviting anybody, good, bad, or indifferent. And Al Mitchell is very correct. Don't let a guy throw like a brick coming out of a dark alley and nail you. Slip a punch. Move your head left to right. Don't back straight up. When you back straight up, it's tough to throw a punch, and you're susceptible to getting nailed.
Of course, Al knows what he's talking about. He's got the responsibility of leading these boxers down the road to Atlanta and through Atlanta, if I might say. And he admits that there's a lot of work to be done.
Oh, boy, I tell you, Reid landed a very solid shot, and I think he hurt Corder, and I think Corder is just fighting on guts and instinct.
And he's taking an 8 count right now.
That's understandable. Reid nailed him. The crowd doesn't believe it, but I'll tell you, Reid hit him with a solid shot that has Corder in trouble.
But you know what impressed me, Tom? It wasn't the solid shot. It was the way he quickly moved to the side, just like his coach told him. Excellent performance.
Now, Corder is a very tough guy. Make no mistake about it. And when he got stung, his first reaction was to just throw punches and punches and come right back at the guy who had hurt him.
You got that right. Reaction is the word. I mean, that was purely reactive in his behavior.
Got a good chin, I'll say that for him.
Well, he's going to need it because right now he's lunging and leaning right into David Reid, and Reid can catch him overextended and drop him.
I don't know if you can put Corder down. He's a tough guy.
Well, even the tallest tree, if it's off balance, will eventually fall.
Yeah.
Good contact by Corder. Landed one on Reid.
Well, Corder's a young guy who is, I hate to use the word desperate, but he is really. He is trying to turn this thing around with one big punch. And Reid can pretty much have his way with them, although it is extremely difficult to find a guy who is just throwing caution to the winds and swarming all over you, hoping to land one big-time punch. And Reid finds himself falling into the trap of wanting to slug it out with him, but he could box him, move away from him, and jab him.
That's exactly what he should do. He should finish this bout in the same manner in which he gained control, and that is jabbing, stepping to the side, doing what we saw earlier. Instead, he's choosing to finish toe-to-toe, head-to-head, and it is getting rather sloppy out there. Corder out of control. Reid can't do this. He can't finish like this as he goes down the road, Tom. He's going to have to continue to run this thing straight through 3 rounds. Very fine performance by David Reid, but he's got to finish as he was midway through the bout, in command and in control.
Well, and you know, Reid hit Corder with a shot that just about put Corder down, caused a standing 8 count. And Reid now looks as though he's almost trying to load up. You see that right hand? Comes again. Looks as though he's just loading it up and wants to knock Corder out. And he's caught him with a couple of good shots. Corder is a very tough customer. Got a nice chin. That's the bell. This one's in the books, and I think Reid lived up to his billing. You know, it is difficult, I'm sure, also, that you're David Reid. You're considered to be as good a fighter as there is in the national championships. And you got to go out and prove it now, don't you? All the critics are sitting here, and you can't have a bad night.
Light middleweight division.